Greetings and hello. It is IT2 with some stunning and shocking news for you guys. 2 days ago or so, the other day, my last video, I was announcing that I had a new video on Blip about YouTube and stuff. Got a lot of complaints. Nobody likes to hear me talk about YouTube because I've done it before, apparently. I actually looked in the last video I was talking about YouTube, I think was like 10 months ago. So if that's me talking about YouTube too much, then fuck you. So anyway, I lost like 10 subscribers or something from that video, so that kind of ticked me off a little bit. So what I did was, a lot of people were clamoring for some more Warcraft story kind of things, and I don't play Warcraft anymore. But I did promise you guys about a year and a half ago that I was going to make a video about my webcomic, my Burning Crusader, Legend of the Burning Crusader webcomic. And I finally did that. I just finished editing the fourth part. It's like a 4-part thing. One of them is like 20 minutes. The others are like 10 or 15 minutes each. Because there's 4 chapters of the webcomic. And I go through and I show you like my notes. I show you all the background story of how I created it using Photoshop and the WoW Model Viewer. And there's like a test comic page. Like you can go to this website and you can go through all the comics and like look at them while I'm talking, so you can like hear the commentary while you're looking at the actual good quality image of it. And so that's going to be up by the time you see this video. So that's some Warcraft comment. I'm going to call this the ultimate Warcraft story, because it really is just an ultimate fucking, if you like Warcraft lore, it's an awesome story. And I put the comics on this website this guy let me use to host my fucking podcasts. So the old T2 podcasts are back up. I know a lot of you have been wanting these podcasts. You've been wanting to download them for your own usage and whatever. They're on this website. I think it's kovo.ca. So they used to be on this website, Peasus or something. It's this guy in Canada and Montreal who hosts his own company on this website, and he's just let me use one of his folders. So this isn't my website. But apparently, this is the first day. I didn't even announce this. Didn't even tell anybody. I just put the link in my channel page on YouTube. And the first goddamn day, he's getting prank calls from people. They're just like not saying anything and hanging up, or they're like asking to build like a porn site or something. I guess they're expecting to get me on the phone or something. They're calling this dude. Don't do that. That's just fucking stupid. And see, he had to move all the stuff to this other website, so I guess a lot of people like sent all these emails, tell them where it was, and then they all checked it, and it was like bad. It wasn't working. The link was broken. So the new website apparently is good, and it's on my channel page. There's a link there. I'm gonna put a channel in this description. There's links in the blip.tv descriptions on those videos. So you got your podcast, you got your Warcraft story, and oh, guess what the fuck else? I'm gonna make another goddamn podcast. This is going to be called From the Cutting Room Floor. I'm going to take a bunch of old footage, or audio of us talking. I think I might have actually recorded a podcast. I never actually edited it. So if I can find that, that'll be a podcast on itself. Plus, you're going to get a story from Taco Taco 45 about a birthday party he had at Joe's Crab Shack where they made him dress like a fucking fairy. You're going to get maybe a Nightwolf spelling game in there, some stuff like that. You're going to get Midget talking about some Warcraft stuff, about how he had crazy agility on his hunter. Just a random smattering of random clips of stuff that didn't make it into the old podcast. I'm going to put those all into one big podcast. So, ba-bam, T2 Bukkake in your face. I'm just overloading you with awesome shit to make up for all this crap that nobody likes and Mr. Complainy Pants doesn't like his lack of Warcraft crap's okay. Now you got plenty of stuff, so you can get off my dick for a while. And I might actually be making a totally brand new podcast. Yeah, I kind of want to make a podcast about like how YouTube used to be and the stuff that nobody likes to hear about. Since nobody likes it in a video, maybe I should make that into a big podcast. So if anybody like is old school, like Shane Jensen old school, that's been around since the 4 years ago on YouTube. If anybody's been around that long and you actually remember the good old days and the cool people that used to make like awesome videos, I would like to make a podcast where we'd all sit around and talk about old YouTubers and stuff. I think that'd be cool. And I kind of want to make a podcast or a video or something about like just nostalgic stuff, like vintage 1940s, 50s, and 60s stuff. Like I got this old commercial of a TV set from like a General Motors used to make TVs back in like the 50s, and like old ovens and stuff. By the way, let me show you guys something real quick. Here's an example of some stuff. Like last time I went to visit my parents, we went to this antique store, or actually just more like a junk place. I got these old books, like antique books. This is like a biology book from 1932. Holy crap. People have written in it. There's like an old like Disney stamp in it and stuff. I kind of was just curious. This was like 50 cents. It's called Everyday Problems in Biology, and it's like, I just kind of wanted to see what they thought about biology back then and just see some glaring errors and whatnots. Also got this. This is like things to make and do. I love like the nostalgic feel of all these drawings and stuff. This is like old as shit. It's like you could make all these dolls and toys and stuff for kids. Like, I guess you would trace over these pages and you would cut it out and you could fold it and make stuff out of it. This is a cool little book. I think all these were like 50 cents. Then I also got this, it's like old Sears catalog, or Alden's Fall and Winter catalog, I guess, from 1967. So you can see like old clothes people used to wear, like, looks like fucking, what's her name, JFK's wife. It's falling apart, doesn't even have a cover on it. Look at the fucking hairdos, oh my god. What was in here that was really interesting? Like, here's like old stoves and ovens and vacuum cleaners. Look at that shit. That's a vacuum cleaner. This is like a treasure for me. I love seeing old shit like this. Canister vacs. My mom used to have one of those. Look at this. Old cameras. This was like the cutting edge of fucking technology right here. Look at that. What's that, like a slide projector? I guess they still have those around. What is this? A CB radio, record players. Look at that shit. Okay, here's the kind of funny shit I like. These wooden TVs. It's like they're all rounded off, and you got like these crazy remotes, like rocker panel switches on them and stuff. Oh man. It's like $199 for that piece of shit. Look at these old clocks. Anyway, I'm into this kind of stuff. I don't know if anybody else is. I also got this comic book for 50 cents, I think. It's like an old DC comic of the V. This is like an alien show that just started coming on TV, so I figured it'd be worth something since it was like, you know, kind of in the media right now. This was like 75 cents back in the day. Issue number 2 of The Visitors, or whatever, March of 1985. And I looked it up. It's actually worth like $2.25, so that's not really worth the trouble. Thought I was gonna like sell it and be like worth 40-50 bucks. So anyway, that should be plenty of stuff for you guys. Couple new podcasts coming out maybe pretty soon. Old podcasts. It's all on this website, and check it out. And don't forget to watch all 4 episodes of the Burning Crusader webcomic, because it's going to be a pretty good story. If you've seen the webcomics, the commentary is going to be really good. But especially the 4th chapter, I go into the stuff that I never even got around to publishing, because the actual story didn't even start till the 4th chapter. I never got to that point. So there's a lot of stuff nobody ever got to see. Look at this fucking thing, a Super 8 camera. Look how old that is. That's fucking like the camcorder back then. And these classic reel-to-reels. Alright, so I'll see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed this crap right here. Oh, and by the way, the Blip videos, they do have ads on them now. I put those there just as kind of an experiment because I wasn't making any videos for a while. I thought I'll just throw some ads on and see how it affected my revenue. So there's like a pre-roll ad, maybe like 15, 30-second ad sometimes. And it turns out I just got paid from Blip for the last 3 months, and it was like $300. So if you guys can put up with the ads, it's definitely worth it, because I'm going to use that money to buy awesome new games, like when Brink comes out, and Diablo 3, and whatever, Fallout New Vegas. I'll probably be using this money to buy all those new games. So if you guys can put up with it, definitely it's worth it if you want to help me out. If it's that big of a deal, I can take the pre-roll off and just leave the little pop-ups or whatever, but it's definitely worth it.